Welcome to this week's issue of PlayPrint21, the weekly TV news bulletin brought to you by print21.com.au. We're here in a local newsagent today because the big news of the week is Ovato, the biggest printer in the country, has just signed a new 3-year deal with Bauer Media, which is the biggest publisher in the country. And many of these magazines are published by Bauer. Ovato has just signed this new 3-year deal, which will see it print 100% of Bauer's consumer titles. Prior to this deal, it had about 85%, so most of them, but not quite all. Now it's going to be printing all of them. New titles including OK Magazine, The Block, those kind of titles, consumer titles. Ovato doesn't print the non-consumer titles because they're kind of done Heatset presses, but all Bauer's consumer titles now printed by Ovato, formerly of course PMP. And as part of the deal, Ovato also got scooped up 100% of the Bauer consumer distribution deal, which will see it distribute 300,000 magazines a week to various residential addresses across Australia. And it's all thanks to the Ovato strategy of an integrated print service mail logistics provider. So that strategy for Kevin Slave and his team, they're paying off. Great win for them. Actually, also in the news this week, as far as Ovato is concerned, is its Heatset web plant at Warwick Farm. That plant is on target. It's being developed at the moment, a super site as it's being called, and it will actually be a super site because there'll be no less than 7 Heatset web offset presses there when it's completed, which will be by the end of the year. Aidan O'Connor, the CEO of Print and Distribution at Ovato, has just told me that the 64-page press, the 64-page Manroll and Lithoman from Moorebank has just been commissioned. The new 80-page Manroll and Lithoman is going in, will be going in shortly, and will be commissioned by the end of the winter period. And at the end of the year, Moorebank, in fact the Ovato site at Moorebank, the old PMP site, will be closed down completely and decommissioned. But that Ovato site at Warwick Farm will be the biggest print site in the country, obviously, and in fact one of the biggest in the world with 7 Heatset web offset presses there. Also in the news this week, Waratah Group, one of the biggest printers in Melbourne, 200 staff, multi-technology, multi-platform business, got into a little contretemps with the ATO over a tax bill that was an anomaly apparently, mix-up. Anyway, Brett Chalmers, CEO there, has told me that that tax bill is now paid, the ATO has taken back its orders against Waratah, and the company is now focused on the future and looking forward to moving forward. This week also in the news, the exhibitions. PrintEx is coming up, the Australian show at Sydney, due August 13-16. That'll be a great show, loads of forums, loads of breakfast events, and plenty going on there, as well as the technology on show. And of course, this week marks 12 months out since Drupa, the mother of all trade shows. Drupa will start next June 16. We'll all be over there. Print21 will be keeping you up to date with all developments as the show goes on. And in fact, Print21, the latest issue, is out now. Make sure you're getting a copy. It should be on your desk. Tons of information in there. Email me if you don't get a copy and we'll make sure you're on the list. This is it for this week's news at PlayPrint21. Wayne Robinson signing off for another week.